Subscribe. You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam, thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam, thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you.
And tonight, this gentleman will be making his network television debut. This is his most recent album right here. It's called Spirit of Love. We're very pleased to welcome Majek Feshek.
Tonight we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down so long. We've been fooling around for too long. We've been sitting down for so long. I am not gonna fool around for too long, so long. Remember the pyramid of Egypt, when we used to live like prince and princess. Remember Marcus Garvey, who are the dream for New America. Oh, remember Martin Luther King, who are the dream for New America. They say you are black, they say you are brown, they say you are black, they say you are brown. Only the angels of Jah is white now. Only the angels of God is white. So long, too long, so long, too long. We've been sitting down so long. We've been a fool around for too long. Sleep, Africa. Arise from your sleep, America. There's work to be done, Africa. So much work to be done, America. But if we unite, hey, we will be free. So long, too long, so long, too long. Press down for so long.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your geographical location. May I first of all apologize for the late starting of this broadcast. It's due to unforeseen circumstances, including circumstances from StreamYard. At the time I wanted to start again, they said there was heavy traffic, which I find it very weird to have to wait. But that is neither here or there. My sincere apologies for starting late. So there's another broadcast coming up in the next 2 hours. So I have 2 hours and just 2 hours for us to look at this. Thank you, Amy, from joining for your comments. I'm going to highlight it as well too. When I came across this, the allegations made by Sowore, I got confused. I have to be honest with you, and I started asking myself a lot of questions. At this point in time, we're looking for someone who will a leader, a person. Let me just put it that way, who is going to bring us together, have a strong base that will unify us together. But he made a very, very uh, big allegations. The onus is on him to provide evidence to support his allegation. It should not be dismissed. I must be honest with you, because it's one of the presidential runner. So when such a person make an allegation, it's also very enlightening, and so the onus is on him. Also, the onus is on Peter Obi not to dismiss this allegation because when you use a phrase or made a claim that someone built a substandard hospital, you must have evidence to support that. Also, that allegation also appears to be defamatory. I think at this point, I think he's not doing himself any good. That is my own opinion. In my own opinion, he's not doing himself, that sure is not doing himself any good at all. I may be wrong, because we're there's this phrase they say honor among thieves, even though being a thief is a bad thing. How this our lawmakers and our leaders are able to unite or have this strong unity among them, even when it is clear to us that they are not an example of good leadership, or they are not providing good leadership. They embezzle money. They don't throw each other under the bus. Even the war between Fubara and Wike, many have come out, including religious leaders have come out to see how they can unite them together, even though they are not serving the people the way they should serve the citizens. But when it comes to matters of the citizens and those we look up to, people like Peter Obi, people like Sowore, in this case, Sowore, making such an allegation, like I said, in my opinion, it's not doing himself any good if he fails to provide evidence to support those allegations he made. I've said it here before, freedom of speech is not freedom after speech. I think yesterday or today, if you follow the U.S. news a bit, the killing, the Sandy Hook killing, the gentleman or the man that created that conspiracy, is being fined to pay damages for defamatory that, and that is how it goes. So it's for those of you that support Sowore. I reach out to a friend of mine who supports Sowore, and I asked him this: are this allegation true? He said yes. Where are the evidence? You see, who is going to unite us is what we should be focusing on. Election will come around, and he will want to come and campaign again. He forgot that even some of Peter Obi's followers voted for him during during the last election. And here he is making, I won't say it's an attack. That is not an attack. That is making a claim. Peter Obi has campaigned on integrity, transparency, and accountability. I have my reservation, but so far, so good. His records are proven to be clean. Even the allegation of investing using the Anambra state government to money to invest, it still did not stick on him. So I wonder why this man, I don't know personally if anyone cancels him, that the party is taking is not a good path. It can only be seen as a genuine revolutionary if he provides or when he provides evidence to such allegations. He said he never built any school. For crying out loud, that claim has been made by others, and evidence, I believe evidence were provided in respect to him building schools. But my focus is him saying that he built substandard hospital, meaning he built, but they're substandard. That means an audit needs to be done on what? In the interest of health and safety, if indeed he built a substandard hospital. And what does it mean? Is it referring to just the structures or the equipment, or what exactly Sowore trying to say here? Is it right? Is it wrong? All we need is the evidence. Will he provide the evidence? I would personally urge his supporters and those who counsel him to say this path you're going is a very, very slippery and dangerous path. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, it is a very dangerous path when you make such allegation in the open, on the air, on internet. Someone said, internet don't forget, internet don't forgive. You will always find it there. It will be extracted out one day and played all over again. Hopefully, he will come on this platform as promised by Rudolph, and he will be able to provide evidence to such. But the issue now is, how do we unite to fight this demon? I mean, you've heard it on the news, on the report that a new airplane is about to be purchased for the president. I mean, I don't know if it's been passed or if it's the lawmakers are into this as well. These people are united in what? In keeping the citizens in bondage. But the citizens themselves, you and I, we've never come to that point, or we fail to come to that point to unite and have one voice, just like what Sowore is doing. I hope, I pray, it is my earnest desire that he either provide evidence to these allegations or retract that statement, and where possible, with an open apology. Because if he fails to provide evidence to this allegation, trust me, mark my word on it, that will be the nail on his coffin. It will never rise again. I repeat, for the record, if he fails to provide evidence to this, it's not because it's Peter Obi, don't get me wrong. He could make the same allegation against Tinubu, against Wike, against anybody. After all, he did say that Atiku and Obasanjo, they spend money, the money meant for the country, on buying cars for their girlfriends and etc. and etc. He made it up. Is it the case that he's fighting for true justice, or he is just bitter? Because from what I see, it exhibits bitterness of being abandoned. No, you see, rather than him to capture, to seize the opportunity and tread on the path of righteousness. When I mean righteousness, I mean tread on the path of refraining from making such allegation, even if you are right. There is a better way in going about it from experience in such making such an allegation. Is it the kind of leader we want who will make an allegations and not provide evidence to to support that allegation? How will he be able to lead the country in terms of in the international world if allegation is made against the nation? How will he be able to defend that? Or if the nation make an allegation against another nation, will he be able to provide evidence to such? Freedom of speech, I repeat again, quote and unquote, is not freedom after speech. Thank you for joining me, those of you in the comment section. Amy, you said sure, no, well, we are yet to confirm that. Until such time that you provide evidence to this allegation, he is still well. Let's just leave it like that. Well, good morning to you. Good afternoon from my end, and Toshi's might to the educated, unintelligent is who we are talking today. Not interested. Thank you very much for that. There are those who are interested, but thanks for joining. Don't say it's not educated. He is educated. He is an intelligent man. He is educated. He is an intelligent man. So therefore, we are not going to dismiss him. Mr. Murray, you're in the background there. You're ready to come on board. You are sure. Turn on your camera, please, and maybe you will help us to shed light on this matter very much. Gladys Oyibo, good morning to you too, as well as afternoon from my end. Again, you said unity is strength. Thank you very much for that, and that is why we are here today. Adebayo, when we are ready to be free, we will remove emotion, follow logic, and never believe any past leaders. If that's what you meant to say. Why Obi got into Pandora? Please educate me. Well, the informations are out there. Well, Mr. Murray, we lost him again. He'll probably come back again. You said again, Madu Nelson Sowore is a sadist. Well, your opinion until such time that he provide evidence. Then we can arrive at that conclusion that whether he's not well or whether he is a sadist. Good morning, Maziuk. Good morning, dear Maziuk. No, it is some Maziuk. Okay, please. Gladys, again, you said that Nigerians are really suffering and smiling. Mr. Murray, thank you for joining the broadcast this wonderful afternoon. I don't know where you are, so it's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are. You are a fan or a diehard supporter of Sowore, and you must have read the allegation he made against Peter Obi. Let me hear what you have to say in that respect before I put my questions to you. The floor is yours, Mr. Murray. Thank you.
Good day, sir. It's nice being here. Thank you for having me. I'm not here. I'm not his spokesman. I'm not his defense counsel. I have not read what you're talking about, the article you're talking about, but I just joined based on what I've heard from you. You see, you were quoting somebody on the comment section. Until we learn how to deal with our emotions and sentiments, we are not ready to move forward. If you look at the there was the time I came on the platform and said, our leaders are bad, but we, the people, are the greater problem of ourselves. We need the likes of Obi, we need the likes of Sowore. We need everybody to come on board, as you said. If we unite, we will be free. How are we willing to come together? To get this freedom. That is the thing. Everybody knows about Nigerian problem. Anybody, even a 10-year-old baby, knows, can tell you like a professor about Nigerian problem. And when it comes to the solution on how to come together and fight our common enemy, this is where we have the problem. I think like I said from the beginning, I'm not here to defend Sowore. I'm not his lawyer. I'm not his defense counsel. But then, I think the angle he's coming from, this is one thing people are not getting. Try to know Sowore's background. Sowore coming into politics is just a child of circumstance. Sowore is not the regular politician. People might not be happy with what I want to say today, but I still have the courage to tell you how I feel about it. This is my opinion, not Sowore's opinion. If you remember, there was a time a group of young diasporans came together and they wanted to merge. People were like, why not work together as a team, so as to be able to have a formidable force against this our common enemy, the entrenched politicians. The likes of Dorotoye, the likes of Sowore, the likes of the young man. See, today, if I ask you, where are these people? Where are they? They're either on the side of Milokon or the other side of Atiku. So, if you understand the kind of, if even when Sowore was running with Obi in the last election, a lot of people wanted Sowore to just collapse his party and join Obi. I was also of the opinion they could work together. We need the hot and cold. Negative and positive is what gives you light. In electrical, I'm not an engineer, but the little of knowledge I have of physics, Obi is a complete gentleman. Too gentle for the Nigerian political environment. He has a lot of things going for him. He's antecedent. He's trustworthy compared to. I told people, when you put Obi in the middle of Atiku and Milokon, it's not like Jesus Christ in the midst of the two armed robbers in the Bible. Automatically they make him look like a saint. I'm not saying he's a saint, though. He's a human being. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect either. But if you look at where Sowore is coming from, his background as an activist, you see what he did to Emiloko, Atiku, and even Mustafa when they had a meeting. So a lot of people wanted Sowore to just collapse his party. This is the party he has fought tooth and nail to build. At a point, it was almost snatched from him. He came back, through court. If people will not want to give it to Sowore because of the kind of, human being they perceive him to be, but if we must be fair. We must be fair to that gentleman. He has been through a lot. He has been through things.
Let me. Sorry for interjecting.
I want to answer your question.
I want to read. No, I want to read it. I want to read the story for you so that you get the back. Is that okay? Do you want me to read it for you? It's not long.
Yeah, can you just let me land on this point? Can you just let me land on this point? Yeah, I'm just building a foundation. We're going to dwell on this, right? So I'm just trying to let you know the kind of person he is. He's a very stubborn human being. So they wanted him to just collapse. We're on the background talking to Sowore, reaching people that are close to him, like, can we work together? If you listen to me critically, sometimes I was like, I wanted anything that would remove the PDP and APC. These politicians from power. They wasn't going on the side of Sowore. I knew he wasn't going to be able to win the election. Nigerians were not queuing behind Sowore. They were queuing more behind Obi. They were more comfortable with Obi. So whether Sowore or Obi, I didn't care. I wanted the article Obi to be sent into political oblivion. Either by hook or by crook, I didn't care. But one thing that was the oblivion movement, there's one thing that is very common among them. Sowore, you don't have to crucify Sowore. So they wanted Sowore to just collapse his, platform, his party, and join a tenant in a Labour Party. You will believe me that Obi was a tenant, he's still a tenant in the Labour Party, right? You believe that no matter how, So, I have a question. Like I said before, like the Durotoyes and Co. today, where are they? Where are they with their aspiration, with their candidacy? They have gone into oblivion as far as presidential aspiration is concerned. So they wanted to build Sowore to just abolish his party, ANC, his party to join Obi in Labour. See, from experience, Sowore knew that was not the best thing for him to do. Judging by what happened to in the past, when they wanted him to form alliance with Duro Toyes and co. But today, if Obi, I want to ask you this, you can see a lot of tricks now, political arrangement and realignment. Will it shock you if you see Obi going to PDP in the next 2 or 3 years? Will it shock you? If Sowore is not that kind of person, Obi is a good man. Obi has a lot of things working for him. But Nigerians were clean behind Obi. I wanted that movement. I supported the Obedient movement. Not because not because Obi is a saint or Obi is the way I would think is different from the way Sowore would think. Sowore we saw there are people that are not willing to compromise their principles when it comes to people. They are Adama, they are sad as Olomorok. So I wanted anything that would remove those people from the political scene, so that we can have, we can have our freedom for once. But you cannot just, what is not somebody just been like that to collapse your party, join Obi to fight? That would have been the only thing that would satisfy Nigerians. But Sowore wasn't willing to do that. He's not willing to do that tomorrow. But my question again, if Obi join Atiku tomorrow to work together, will it shock you? Will you be surprised?
No,
So I think that
personally, I will not be. Okay, I thought you were asking me a question.
Yeah, okay.
Are you asking me a question?
With the way things are going right now, I think you won't be surprised,
No,
right?
I will not surprise.
You'll be fair to Sowore if you can have access to him to make clarification on what he has said. Like I told you, I've not read the article. So Sowore is not somebody that is willing to dine with these people. He sees them as he has given them a personal no granta. And from where Obi is coming from, because of his political activities, then too. So what will have something to tell you about Obi was in Abga, from Abga to PDP, from PDP to Labour. Now with the crisis in Labour, the way they are handling it, I'm disappointed personally. The way this, I wanted Obi to take charge of it because of, Obi is in the position of strength as far as Labour Party is concerned. Take charge as a leader. You understand? I'm not saying you should be dictator, man. You should not be a dictator to be able to, harmonize. Every party has their, issues. But then, I'm not happy the way they're handling the issue, so to speak. It's not just about getting a platform to contest. You see what Malema is doing in South Africa, right? Malema, you saw his position with the last election. He saw his position. Malema was ready to risk his support for, what they were telling him? Speak against Africans, against immigrants in South Africa, you get our support. You know what he said? He said, I'm ready to lose my support base. Instead of me speaking against it, he said, the way I see Nigerian is the way I see average South African. The way I see Malawi.
Mr. Murray, sorry, this issue of South Africa you brought up, the man Malawi, whatever his name is, his position is ready to lose his position or whatever. He prefer to do that rather than to speak against immigrants.
Fellow Africans.
Yeah, fellow Africans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said let's be fair to Sowore. Okay. Let me put this analogy to you. It's called collaboration. You said people want Sowore to collapse his party. It doesn't have to collapse his party. I don't know why people think that way, or people, I don't know if that was the case. However, they can form alliance. Don't you think that? Sorry, I want to put it as a question. I'll give you an example. I have my own platform. I have one message that I've been preaching all these years, and people know me for that. Section 68 and Section 110 of the Constitution, where it's about the people coming together. Now, I did not collapse my platform, my channel. I didn't collapse it. I came here, continue with the same message. If I quit this platform today, I lose nothing. I go back to my platform. Because why? It's all about to see an effort where we can unite together and take back the country. In the case of Sowore right now, it's about the allegation that he made. Just like the guy in South Africa that says he will not speak against any African. This allegation is a serious allegation. And like I said, and I put it, I'm requoting myself or repeating myself. If he fails to provide evidence to support this allegation that he has made, or retracts with an apology, if I not decide, it will be, this is my own personal position. It will be the nail on his coffin, because we want a leader. We're talking about transparency, accountability, fairness, equity. It's nothing personal. But when he now moved to a personal level, rather than trying to unite, bring the people together, there's a window of opportunity. Let me tell you something, Mr. First, let me thank you for clarifying your position that you are not a spokesman, you are not his lawyer, you are only speaking for yourself. I appreciate that clarification. There is a window of opportunity open for him as what? As one who believes in revolution, seeing the way things are, to tap into that window. That is the same window I thought Obi would tap into, because people want change. People are looking, Nigerians are looking for leaders that will unite us together, that will carry us to that our permanent location, wherever it is. I don't know. This allegation, in your opinion, should Sowore tread on this path, putting everything aside? Do you think he should go on this path that he is going?
You want me to
Mr. Mori?
All right.
Yeah, I'm asking. Yeah.
Honestly,
Welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
honestly, if I have my way, every positive-minded, every progressive-minded Nigerian, there's no better time than now to come together, and form a formidable force, But people are different, like I said earlier. You get what I'm saying? People are different. So Sowore is a very stubborn guy, Sowore sees, how do I put it? I don't want to be derogatory. I want to be fair to him. Sowore believes in strongly. He believes strongly in his principles. Like I said before, I'm only speaking for myself. This is my opinion. I think, judging by the way the likes of Durotoye, Obi, if Obi goes back to PDP, forming alliance with Atiku, that is the last thing Obi should even do, because it's deceptive. The statement from Atiku wasn't even new. He said it before. That was the last statement he used to tackle Wike, because he knew Wike was not going to allow zoning to be, the presidential ticket to be zoned to a microzone to Southeast. It was a political statement he made. He repeated it again. It was a conditional statement. If and only if. He's a politician. So Obi should not make the mistake of going back to PDP. And if I may answer your question, if Obi goes back to Atiku, under that deception, working with PDP, we should not be justified in your own estimation. You don't see the element of justification.
No. Are you asking me a question? Are you asking me a question?
Okay.
Sowore will not be justified in the context of this allegation that he made. If Peter Obi go back to PDP, it will not justify the allegation. This is an allegation that he made. It got nothing to do with if Peter Obi goes back to either PDP or he goes to join APC. That is his own prerogative. I agree with you. If he goes back to PDP, it's also going to be very bad for him. It's very deceptive. It's not going to help his image or whatever he's trying to pursue. It's not going to help it. But if he goes back, it will not justify the allegation. This is an allegation. An allegation made that he built a substandard. Now, you agree with me that roads in Nigeria, buildings in Nigeria built by some government or most government, either state, local, or federal, are of substandard quality. For example, they made a road this year. The following year, you find that the road it's gone bad. Just one small rain. But in the context of Sowore's allegation, he said, Peter Obi, let me read it for you, just to bring it to context. Just let me read it for you. Sowore claimed that just like the APC presented Buhari as a mosaic figure to deceive the Nigerian electorate, Obi was also dishonestly packaged by his supporters to conceal his true nature. There's a question mark there. What could be Obi's true nature? Or what can be Obi's true nature? That he knows that we don't know. The hashtag Revolution Now convener said, what is true is that I have general disdain for the dishonesty of Nigerian politicians. I have disdain for lackluster performance. And whenever anybody then comes up as a politician or who wants to run Nigeria, they come with this fraudulent package. My default position is to warn people first and then expose them later. My position about Peter Obi has been consistent in the same way my position about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been consistent. It is only that the people who are now on the internet as influencers weren't born at the time when I've been against all these terrible politicians, including those in the military. Otherwise, you would have known that in 2026 and 2000 or 2000 and 2008, I was the first to expose Tinubu's drug history in Chicago. But the people who now follow Peter were not interested at that time because it wouldn't favor them. But in 2022, they suddenly realized that Tinubu was a druggie and took it and ran away with it without giving credit to Sahara Report, without giving credit, I repeat again, without giving credit to Sahara Report, which was a platform that was used in publishing at the time. I was the one who exposed Atiku's corruption, including all the bribes he collected, to the extent that Atiku ran away from the US base on the report done by Sahara reporters on his corruption. This included the corruption between him and Olusegun Obasanjo, including using educational funds to buy cars for their girlfriends and how they were stealing them. It was me and Sahara reporters who did that. I and Sahara reporters also found out that Peter Obi was building substandard hospitals and never built school, as it later revealed. Now, quote and unquote, I have just read to you, Mr. Omori. You said we should be fair. Let's be fair to Sowore. What do you mean by that? Before I come to you, Olumide, I don't know if you're ready. Mr. Mori, please, a lot of questions for you. But let me take Olumide's. Olumide, you want to weigh in on this? Go ahead, please.
All right, Electricity, thank you very much. Mr. Mori, thank you for. I'm saying hello to you too. So I want to weigh in on this issue because I've heard a lot of reactions to Sowore's statements and criticism of Peter Obi. I want to say that what people have to understand is that now I want to kind of clearly inform people, to put it this way, kind of education. The kind of politics that Sowore is playing is the kind of politics that we want Nigerians to play. You understand? So those who are coming against Sowore, you're doing it without any basis or without any sound reason. Why am I saying that? See, democracy is all about it's like a competition of different political views, different political ideas, ideology on how to govern and how to lead the country. You want to canvass for the vote of people to lead, to implement those ideas, and you want to bring it forward to the generality of the populace so that you can win votes and then come and implement that idea. You will look for anything that is true, that is out there, that you think can weaken the ability of your opponents to gain the trust of the people or win votes. Is that right? so that your opponent does not win vote. It's like a debate, an open debate, in whatever form, in front of TVs, in front of different societies, organizations, the general populace, as it were, so that you win the majority vote and you implement your idea. That is the way democracy is supposed to play out. In other words, it should be free and fair. And generally, it should be issue-based. So if this, our election was really issue-based, that is why that is why people like me will continue to say that the people who are cheating and rigging elections are not being fair on Nigerians. There was never any moment during that election that the current president sitting there now.
Olumide,
Listen,
wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. You started by speaking about politics. This is how politics is supposed to be. So if I understand you correctly, you're saying making allegations without providing evidence, discredit somebody without providing evidence. It's to you, it's politics, it's democracy. Is that what you're saying?
No, not entirely true. So it is true that.
Could you clarify yourself, please?
So what I'm saying is that in the process of this politics, in the process of trying to win the people's votes, when different opposing political parties are contesting against each other, it should be issue-based. And part of those issues that will be raised are the credentials of the candidates representing the different opposing parties. And whatever is out there is game. You understand? So whatever is out there will be used. That credential that you have, did you run a bank for so number of years? What was your credential in running that bank? What was your record? Did you run the bank down? Did you run it well? How did you treat your workers? How did you? So all this will be brought out as issues in trying to win the people's vote, to say this candidate is strong in this area, this candidate is weak in this area. You understand? So, you don't have to make up false allegations that are not proven. When you make allegations
in this discussion, this topic is Sowore claiming that Peter Obi built a substandard hospital. The onus is on him to provide evidence to such. Would that be correct?
That's true. That's true.
All right.
So what I'm saying is that Sowore has raised issues. Sowore belongs to a political party, and he has raised issues. In an ideal society, he has every right to raise issues that he feels that the candidate is not strong upon and will not garner the votes or the confidence of the voters. You understand? So he has raised issues. So he has, the onus is on him to prove it, and the onus is on Obi to say, you know what, this is not true, this is what I've done, and then the populace who want to vote to now decide for themselves based on what is out there. You understand? So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that from the beginning, if you look at the election, if we made it issue based between Tinubu, Obi, and Sowore and Atiku and all those who contested, you understand? I didn't see Tinubu make his campaign issue based. What did he want to do for the people? What did he want to? So because this is what happened when we rig elections. If the
hold on 1 second. You see, that election, that boat have sailed. Let's agree on that. That boat have sailed. We agree that it did not. There was no transparency. It was not properly done. The focus is, how do we fix these abnormalities before 2027.
So, electricity, I do agree with you that that boat has sailed. We have a sitting president that has been affirmed, by the Supreme Court, even though not generally acceptable to the general populace, but that's fine. It has sailed. But what we are saying, for those of us who want our society to be run right, with a good foundation, we will keep hammering on that very, very basics that will make our society a better society, where things are done, where fairness is the basis to making sure that good governance truly exists. So what I'm saying is that the only way Sowore can be truly silenced is for him to see that despite the issues that he raised, the generality of the voters still voted for Obi in a free and fair election. That even if you take it to the Supreme Court, it is clear to everybody that he won.
There's no dispute to that.
You
Thank you for
understand?
that.
But you can't silence him when the system is corrupted. You understand? And he has raised these issues, and people are now coming against his person and his personality, or saying things that are. I mean, you can't force him to form a Maja. You can't force him to belong to you. He's of a different political. Most people don't understand what democracy is all about. He's of a different political party.
Democracy is not. Wanting democracy is not. Is to make unfounded allegation, or to make allegation without providing evidence. That is not democracy. Democracy is if you are calling somebody, listen, hold on one second. If I am making, Mr. Mora, I'll come to you in the next 2 times. If I am making an allegation against you, Olumide, I'm talking about you, Olumide, I must have what? I must have evidence to support that allegation. Now,
yes, from what you read to me, he provided a few. He said the hospitals that he built during his governance in Anambra State were substandard hospitals. They went up to par. You understand? And then he said that the schools that he built, he
said he never built school.
Yeah, he never built school. I mean, so it is. And then there were some newspaper articles that I read where he said some of his commissioners were found. One or two of his commissioners or government officials during that
Olumide, give me the definition of. Give me the definition. You are a pharmacist.
A large sum of money at the airport.
Olumide, hold on 1 second. You are a pharmacist. Am I correct?
Yes.
If your drug you are selling, or let's say you are manufacturing, but you are selling, if your drugs you're selling are found to be substandard, or an allegation is made against you that the drugs you're selling are substandard, what will you do?
What will I do?
Yeah.
If somebody makes an allegation against me that my drugs are substandard, what I would say
ones you are selling, you are not the manufacturer. You are selling substandard drugs. What will you do?
What I would tell that person is that there's a regulatory agency in the board in that place where I reside, that jurisdiction where I reside, be it in Canada or back home in Nigeria, that oversees the quality of such drugs, and they are the only ones that can make pronouncements to say, okay, yes, my drug is substandard. Otherwise, I'm just going to ignore the person.
Okay. In the case of Sowore allegation, we agree here that the institutions that are supposed to carry out or look into these matters are not functional. Do we agree on that?
Well, they are not working up to par. Yes.
They are not working up to par. However, based on this is allegation and him putting himself out as a man of the people to win vote to win people to his side. I want to win people to my side. I want to win Mr. Murray to my side. Therefore, I will now have to make allegation against you that Olumide has 3 legs, even though he has
let's be fair. Let's be fair. See, when I see, it was before Sowore made those statements. It wasn't like he came out on his own to make those statements. There were interviews it was an interview. The last reactions that people were making based on his statement he made, was a question put to him by an interviewer. You
Yeah.
understand? Are you willing to work with Obi? Are you willing to form a coalition? And then he responded to that question. They put the question to him, not that he came out on his own to come and discredit or to come and create. They put the question to him.
That does not make the allegation right or wrong. That does not mean that
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but he has given you reasons why.
Let me go to Mr. Murray.
He has given you reasons why people should just move on. They should move on.
No, don't say people should move on, because you are not moving on from the election. You've not moved on. You are telling people to move on.
I'm not. I'm not moving on.
How is that democracy?
I'm not moving on.
You want people to move on, but you are not moving on.
I'm moving on from individuals, but I'm not moving on from our institution that should do well for our society.
These are the people that are going to run the institution or oversee the institution.
It is you and me that should make them accountable.
Yeah, that is what we are doing now. We are making them accountable.
If they're not going to listen, if one person is not going to listen to everybody, leave that one person.
Hold on 1 second, Olumide. Hold on. Even worse that we speak, we are going to be held accountable for it. Mr. Murray, welcome, Desta. Mr. Murray, back to you. Olumide, I'll come to you later. Mr. Murray, you said let's be fair to Sowore. Could you expand further on that, please? Thank you.
Yes.
For those in the comment section, I will hold on 1 second, Mr. Murray. For those of you in the comment section, I will come to you soon and I'd like your comment and we'll talk more about it. So thank you. Mr. Murray, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah. The reason why I said we should be fair to Sowore is that none of these politicians, you people parade as Messiah today, has paid as much Sowore has paid for Nigeria, egalitarian Nigerian. No, none of them. Not even the Obi you talk about. I don't have anything against Obi. But let us be careful so that we don't cause friction, unnecessary friction between Sowore and Obi. Sowore is a human being. He's entitled to his opinion. He's a human being and a radical one at that. A radical activist at that. So there are people that are not willing to compromise their position, like the regular politicians, like the professional politicians. And that's where Sowore belongs. Like Obi, we always say, I'm desperate to see Nigeria work. I'm not desperate to be the president. Sowore is not desperate to get the support of any Nigerian. Anybody that is not aware of this should get it. If he wanted that, Sowore will have, taken a different path long time ago. He can kill behind any of his money bag. He has the voice. I want to make people understand today, whether you like this or not, you may not be comfortable with this statement. If Sowore was given the 6 million votes Obi was given, it would have been a different ball game altogether. The INEC chairman, Mahmoud, will not find his way out of that building that night. Sowore will not go home and sleep while they were busy releasing results at nocturnal hours. Sowore is willing to put his life online for a better Nigeria. None of them is willing. None of them has done it, and none of them will do it. So, Obi is good, it's nice. People have things were going for Obi, so I just decided to what do we do to move from this article to Nubu first? When we get to Obi or Sowore, we not think of how do we make, where do we go from there? So that is not to say any of them is to come here and be analyzing every statement from Sowore as if he's no longer a human being, as if he does no longer have his own opinion, as if whatever Sowore says that has to do with Obi is an infraction or is a crime. We have to be careful, man. We need the likes of Sowore. We need a combination of Obi and Sowore. For what you are even saying, I don't think Obi will behave the way you are behaving right now. If there is an allegation like, you started by saying politician built some standard road out from Edo. The allegation is also with my governor that the roads he built could not stand the test of time. They have been washed away by the rains. So if Sowore is making an allegation, it's not for Obi to make clarification, not we coming to make it look like Sowore versus Obi. We have to be very careful.
Mr. Murray, let me ask you a question. Have you ever spoken about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the current? Have you ever spoken about him?
In so many ways.
Why?
It's my today is the president. He was an aspirant. I spoke vehemently against him. It's an aspirant. Based on my opinion, based on the information, based on everything coming out
Why
around
are
him.
you against us speaking about other people?
You making it look like Sowore fighting Obi as if Sowore does not have a right to speak anymore. Do you want
Mr. Mori,
Do
with due
you actually
respect.
want Sowore to
Mr.
be
Mori, hold
speaking
on one second.
praises?
I need to
There are
correct
no
the record.
presidential aspirants. You want Sowore to be speaking praises of Obi?
Mr. Mori, I have to mute you. I muted you, Mr. Mori. Hold on one second. That was not the image that was provided. I'm coming at the good. That was not the impression that was provided. Sowore made a statement, an allegation. And it is my constitutional right to speak about it. It's out there in the open. According to what Olumide said, he was being interviewed in a question and answer, just like the way Donald Trump was interviewed and the Hollywood tape came out from his mouth. And today he's in court. He's been found guilty of all 34 charges, including that of. So listen, it's called media. So you can pick on what I just said, which you just did now. And I am trying to clarify to you that it is not an issue between Peter Obi and or trying to create a friction. Let me highlight it. Or trying to create a friction between Peter Obi and what Sowore. We need a leader that will unify us. We both agree on that. But if that leader or the leader is treading on this path of making an allegation, just like the way Shoyinka said a lot of things, just like the way a lot of people have said things about Peter Obi and about Sowore and about Tinubu and about Wike and about everybody. It is our constitutional right to speak about it. So I want you to understand that when you come on a social media, people are going to talk about people. It is a normal thing. In the context of this allegation, Sowore is putting himself or has put himself as what? As a presidential aspirant. He may be president tomorrow. If you are saying we can't talk about him today, then you are equally saying we can't talk about him tomorrow as well too. I'll come back to Mr. Omori. Desta, welcome the floor. Mr. Good, Desta was here before you, so I'll give the floor to Desta. Desta, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Just well done on electricity and everybody on the platform. Yeah. So yeah, pinching on the discussion. I first of all, I think there was somebody that said something during the course of this Independence Week that the risk that you run when you have a revolution come into government, the risk you run is that people that come into revolution tend to be dictators, you know. And if you look at it, or if you take the historical evidence, that is true. People that say revolution, when they get into power, they tend to be Mugabes because they tend to only see the world through their spectrum, and they don't believe that other people have anything to contribute, or other people will be able to contribute holistically to the solution. Example, Mugabe. Example, Kagame. If you just look through history, you find that people that come in through revolution, I'm not saying revolution is bad, but 90% of the time, people that come in through that way, they tend to think that they are the only ones that can provide a solution, and it all has to tunnel through them. And you can see the difference with someone like Mandela, who, yes, he was fighting for revolution, but by the time he came out from prison, his demeanor changed, his body language changed. It was not really revolution. It was about change, bringing a different system to South Africa, completely different, you know. And we have to give it to someone like Mandela. After persecution, he came out and realized that, there's something bigger than revolution, because revolution will not really lead you to any good progress many a times at the end of the day. And Zimbabwe is an example. Now, going to Sowore, just look at, I don't have anything against him, but I think that, you know, Sowore should focus more on his own product. You don't have to be throwing stones at somebody for you to get relevance. Number two, Sowore, his party, you know, it seems to always be about him. I was listening to Mayegu the other day, I think 2 days ago, and Mayegu said something that before the election, Mayegu brought Sowore on his show, and Sowore said he was not going to vote, that the voting was a scam, that the election was a scam, that everything was going to be a sham and that people should not even waste their time to get their PVCs and all that kind of rubbish. Made a lot of statements only for election to come. Sowore was the one fighting to be candidate inside the whole system, and so Mayego was like, no. So I thought you said that people should not vote and all that. So what do I say there? I think when I see these Sowore statements, I just think let's not forget, Sowore was among people that played an active role in bringing Buhari. There's something about history. We in Africa, we don't tend to hold history well. We throw it away quickly. People that played active roles in bringing Buhari in Nigeria, we should keep on telling them to their faces and reminding them. Because what happens in Nigeria is that, and in Africa is that, it's just like a criminal comes to steal from you. And they say this thing, somebody made this statement in the lecture, is it Shehu Sani? Somebody comes to steals from you, and after stealing, you now give the person a hand. Okay, there was a reverend father that was saying it. You give a criminal comes, he has finished looting. The next thing, he will use the same money that he looted from the people to buy form, become governor, get immunity. All of a sudden, he is a saint. He becomes a complete saint. From governor, he will enter Senate and becomes there must be consequences for bad decisions. There must be consequences. If we can't have consequences for them, we are not ready to move forward. People like Sowore shouldn't be coming to talk. There were people that actively campaigned, put out all kinds of information to model, to channel the minds of people.
That is a lie. That is a lie you are turning out again. The same old lies, propaganda. You don't have any proof. This is the same lie. Because he said Jonathan's government was corrupt. That was how he enabled Buhari to come in. Man, stop these lies, man. These lies are no longer flying, man.
I know that. I don't understand what you're saying. Anyway, so my point is this. We must be able to, in the populace, the followership in Nigeria, the electorate. I listened to somebody on, is it Arise TV? He said that, no, on channels, what is his name? General, oh my God, there's this general, he was on a show on channels. He said that there is a deficit in followership in electorate in Nigeria, that he's trying to create an NGO to educate the electorate on how to hold the people responsible, the people in leadership responsible, and know the rights of the electorate. Because what we have here is that people gaslight. Somebody we call the same Buhari guys that came and say 1 naira to $1. Do you know how they gaslight everybody? By the time they enter into power, they change everything. And the electorate cannot do anything. And you have people that come and shout, oh, it is a lie. It's this one with it. Meanwhile, the evidences are there. Sahara reporters played a very active role in attacking the Jonathan government. And one of the things that it was doing there was to demarket the Jonathan government. Now, let me tell you why it was biased. When they were attacking the Jonathan government, they were not doing the same thing to show how bad what Buhari did to the Nigerian economy between 1983 and 1985. I'm not saying don't say the truth about, but don't tell us one-sided truth so that to sway. It's called a soft tool to sway the view of the voters, to sway the psychology of the voters. Buhari, go and look at the records. Buhari was shambolic for Nigeria between 1983 and 1985. And to think that a man that truncated democracy is now being marketed back to us, repackaged and pushed back to us, and the electorate happily accepted him, that he's now the solution to their life. Imagine, think about it. In 2014, I couldn't understand my brothers that were saying, Sai Baba. Why? I said, this is the same man that truncated the democracy we had. Then all of a sudden, they've repackaged him, arranged him. You now believe he's your Messiah. The same man that killed, the man that killed your father comes back and tells you, don't worry, I will be the father of you now. And then, so the second thing about
sorry for interjecting. Okay, we have limited time. We have about 1 hour. There's a show coming up around 5 o'clock. So what we're gonna do is we will have to time each other now, because we have 6 of us, 5 of you here now. So to practice fairness, we time each other. I will go to the good, then I will go to Ken, then I'll go to Mr. Murray, then I'll go to Olumide. Now let me put light on. Let me bring this up again. Leadership. It's all about leadership right now. Sowore, Peter Obi, Atiku, and others have put themselves out in front there as what? As leaders for people to decide who to lead them. And criticisms will come in. People will make that judgment. But you see, when you are now making allegation, you want to be a president of one of the, if not the greatest, most populous or greatest Black country in Africa or in the world, then you have to present yourself image. Your image matters a lot. Packaging, how you package yourself matters a lot. So if you package yourself with lies or making false allegations without providing evidence, it actually speaks a lot against you. Somebody say, let's put emotions aside. So if I come here every day, for example, and what I put out to you guys is lies and lies and lies and lies, I believe none of you will come back here. I believe even Rudolph himself, to protect the integrity of his channel, he will probably tell me, guy, you can't be a moderator again. If matters are not verified, you can't be here again. So it's also about leadership. And some of you are in the US, you see what is happening in America. In the UK, Boris Johnson resigned for misleading Parliament. In Ireland, it has happened a lot. So why do we think Nigeria should be different if we want to really practice true democracy of asking questions? When somebody made an allegation, to say, provide evidence to this allegation. It's not that one is for Peter Obi and against Sowore, or one is against Sowore for Peter Obi. These people are out there. They want our vote. They want us to vote for them. So, the good, you have 5 minutes. Thank you very much. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope you all can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me all? All right.
Loud and clear.
All right. I won't bore you with my stories again, because it's like the last commentator. I think his name is Dexter. He covered all the whole, all I wanted to say, So I won't bore you with my. I will start with. I used to be a fan of Sowore, because I knew him from the days of his, school days, Like I said in the last, program. I grew up in the 70s, in Lagos Island. I went to school. I enjoyed the Jack on Days free education, So I knew Sowore back then when he was doing his school activities, But I was disappointed. If I'm not mistaken, he made that comment before the election that Obi didn't build school, he didn't do anything. That was what I said. Sowore, you form my hand, though. Look, I'm from Anambra State. I was born and bred in Lagos Island. It's because of Obi that I started going to Anambra State. So I felt, I think Sowore was just. I think it's all about. I think Sowore was jealous of how Obi, gathered, support, because like you rightly said, there's a difference between activism and leadership. I think Sowore should stick to his what he's doing, and I think he's doing it well. He should leave governance and leadership, alone. How can you say how can you make an unfounded allegation that he didn't build school, he didn't build hospital, I'm from Anambra State. I live in Oka. Amak Hospital by Aroma Bridge was built from scratch by Peter Obi. It's a university teaching hospital. Oka Amako is right on under the bridge flyover of Aroma. How can you see somebody that was there? Now he came back again. Oh, what he built a substandard hospital. What kind of nonsense is that? And then he said he didn't build school. My hometown, I'm from Amici in the South local government area. School of Nursing, Amici was built by Peter Obi. School of Nursing under the leadership of Reverend Ikako. Ikako is the Archbishop of Amish Diocese. The headquarters of Amish Diocese is St. Andrew's Anglican Church. I was baptized there. There is a school opposite opposite that St. Andrew's Anglican Church. It's called Holy Child Convent School for Girls. It was built under Peter Obi by that same Reverend Ikako. You know, when he came, he returned the whole school back to the missionaries. Because all this while, if you give a Minister of Education, whatever, a commission, before the money gets to the school, they will have stolen it. So how can you come on? To me, I think it's a defamation of character. He's just jealous and trying to defame the guy. If you want to stick to, and I'm glad Obi didn't respond to him because he was making he was just making a fool of himself. And I remember the day when they brought Sowore to court one time when he was kidnapped from the court, when he was claiming that somebody maybe injected him. I was here. I was watching it live. I was crying. But when he started all this, when politics, when campaign came, started all this defamation. I said no, Sowore, you've lost it. You can't just go. For those people defending him, saying it's a democracy, maybe they've not been a victim of defamation. Of character. Somebody making false allegation against you. I've been a victim. I know what it is. So for us, for people saying we shouldn't be talking about it, I think they're getting it wrong. You can't go and be making false allegation against somebody just to gather vote or whatever. At the end of the day, when they find out what they're saying is lies, nobody will believe anything you're going to say again. I'm hearing you.
You made a very important point, the good, that allegations do have that effect, consequential effect on people, and it's not to be dismissed lightly. You've gone through it. I've been there too. I've been there. I've been to court in that regard as well too. So, but when you are presenting yourself as a leader, like I said earlier, he's not doing himself any good. If this is the path he wants to tread to win people, yeah. So, I think Ken, you are next. Then we go to Sekwa. Then we go to Bob Chisco. Then we come to Maury. So I think Olumide is sleeping. So Olumide, are you awake or you are asleep? Okay. All right. Thank you. So Ken, yeah. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. First of all, I'm not a fan of Sowore, but I don't know why it's becoming an issue if he criticizes Peter Obi or anybody. If Sowore says that Peter Obi built substandard school or substandard hospitals, it is the onus of Peter Obi to come out, and those who support Peter Obi, like the last speaker that spoke, he brought out some points of what Obi did. This is politics. If you are shaking your head to say, no, that's not the right thing, then sue Sowore to court and see if you are going to win because of what he said. So for me, there is absolutely nothing wrong in him saying Sowore. Before he says Sowore built substandard, he must have reasons why he said it. It is not compulsory that he must come out to give you the reasons. You cannot force him to do it. It is now in the onus of Peter Obi based on politics to say, I did this. Personally, I was listening to Voice of the People, and somebody there spoke against Obi. And the two main things that he said Obi did not do was actually the area that Obi has strengths, in the area of healthcare and in the area of education. I remember when Obi was governor. See, one of the last speaker, you are surprised because I'm talking good of Obi. Don't be surprised because I am giving a balanced assessment.
I'm not surprised because I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm giving a balanced assessment.
Let him speak, please. The good.
Yes.
Let him speak.
So I remember when Obi was governor, the two main areas that I can say he did well. One major area, education, because I remember then many they have special centers. They moved their centers from many Igbos moved to Edo states to do special center because he scrutinized the area of education and their educational move upwards. So he did very well. So when somebody in your area of strength says, "Oh, you didn't do this right," then you have the opportunity to come out and say, "Yes, I did this right." You can't say I didn't do it right, but you cannot say if you must say it, you must come and prove it. This is politics. That aside, if you want to go to this 2020, we all know this 2023 election. I believe 99% of people here believe that Peter Obi won the election. I personally believe that Peter Obi won the election. Now, do you think if it was Sowore that was in that position, that everybody knew won that election, you think Tinubu would have been president right now, and it would have just gone like that? No. And people are now everybody is busy. Oh, don't criticize Obi. Busy preparing for 2027 election, right? So the 23 that passed, he won. We knew, and he was robbed. He was not given. You are preparing for 2027 election. That's why I say don't criticize him, don't demarket him. To win again and to rule, who will give him the opportunity? So let's be realistic. So what are the parameters that you guys are putting in place that when he wins, you'll be allowed to do? So are we just going to be wasting our time continuously? Obi, and when it is time to come out and stand your ground, you will not stand your ground. Then you just give away the mandate, and everybody will start saying, "Don't criticize Obi or don't criticize Obi." Please leave Sowore alone. He has the right to say what he wants to say. It's Obi's turn to come and say, "Oh, I did this. I didn't build substandard this thing. This is an example of what I did." And if you say I'm wrong, sue him to court. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Ken, you said we should leave Sowore alone. He has the right to say whatever he wants to say. Would that be correct?
Oh my God.
Mr. Ken?
Yes.
Okay. So can we apply the same rule to everybody? To apply the same rule to Tinubu, apply the same rule to anybody? We should leave them alone and not say anything. Is that what can we apply the same rule to them too?
No, you remember you missed something else I said. I said before Sowore came out to say what he said, he has reasons why he said it. Did you miss that point?
Yeah,
did you miss that point?
What reasons? No, I didn't miss the point. And that is why we're here.
It does not owe you. It does not
I
owe
agree
you
with you.
to
I never said he owes me. There's no time during the broadcast I said he owes me.
Yeah.
Listen, Mr. Ken, Sowore don't have to. Neither Obi have to say he's going to sue him. But when it comes to public image, in the long run, it matters a lot. Do you agree on that?
I do. This is politics. I hope you agree on that as well.
What do you want me to agree with?
Politics is a dirty game. You agree to that, right?
We don't have to play dirty.
But politics is a dirty game worldwide.
We don't have to play dirty.
Exactly.
I'm not disputing that. Politics is a dirty game.
Both in America, in UK, everywhere.
Hold on. Ken, broadcasting, YouTube is a dirty game. It's gone.
Can you compare that with politics?
What is the difference? They say fake it to make it.
Can you honestly compare broadcasting with politics?
Have you heard the phrase "fake it to make it"? Have you heard it before?
Of course, I have.
Have you heard the phrase? But people that are not some people say no. You don't have to fake it to make it. Remain genuine. Remain genuine. You don't have to pull people down just because in the name of politics. Thank you very much.
You are talking about politics, my brother. You are talking about politics. So I don't understand what you are
You're
saying.
talking about
This is
life.
the least.
If I
This
come
is the
here
least.
now and start making false allegation against you, I don't think you will be happy. Thank you.
See,
I'll come back
what
to
makes
you.
that
Yeah,
false?
exactly.
What makes it false?
Which next? I think Bob Chisco. Sequa. Sorry, Sequa. You're next. Sequa, the floor is yours. Then we'll go to Bob Chisco. You have 5 minutes.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay, greetings to all of you, my brother. Thank you for allowing me on the platform. I just want to speak quickly on two things. One is the philosophy of Sowore and his strategy. Those two things I want to speak to. And if you look at the strategy of Sowore, I follow him since Take It Back movement, 2019. His philosophy has been that the establishment has failed, and therefore there is a need for new leadership and the young people of Nigeria to take over the mantle of power. So he consistently criticized the leadership, the politicians, the president of that time, Buhari, and he was rallying around young people. But I see that philosophy change in 2023, where he focused more on attacking opposition instead of the people in power. So that little bit surprised me, because his consistent attack on Obi kind of proved that he has changed his philosophy, because Obi is not in power. Obi is not a president. Yeah, Obi might be seen to be part of the establishment. That could be understood if he throws shade here and there. But he make it his focus all the time. If you count since after the 2023 election, he has spoken more. He has mentioned the name Obi than Tinubu. That's very surprising, that the people in power who are supposed to be criticized now Sowore focuses on the opposition. That little bit surprised me. When it comes to his strategy has been to actually rally young people. He said it is the Nigerian people who will choose the rightful leader to lead them. That those who have been in power have always bought themselves, have always used corruption to be in power. Now, when you look at the obedient movement, it was very organic. Young people from different states, Southwest, North Central, they rose up by themselves. I was expecting him to follow his philosophy and strategy and say, I don't agree with Obi, but the Nigerian people, the young people, rose up to support him. For that reason, I will speak less about him. That means you are on the side of the people. But it appears that he started swimming against the tide. And that's reflected in his vote. He got less vote in 2023 than in 2019 because he has a poor strategy. He went against the same poor people on the street that he was fighting for. Those people decided that they saw Obi to be a breath of fresh air. I was expecting him to change his strategy. Politics it's not a religious puritanical view. You look for compromise. When you look at the people that you are fighting for, decided to pick somebody over you, what you do, you change your strategy and align with that person, not because you love the person, but because that's where the tide go at that time. But Sowore, his strategy has failed. I have been a supporter of him, even though I'm not a Nigerian, but being a Pan-African, I've always been a pro-Sowore since 2019. But I find out that he lost it completely this time around. And going against Obi is not an issue. But why do you leave those in power and attack an opposition fellow like you? That's a failed strategy.
Thank you, Sequa. I think you expressed my mind
Thank
better
you, my
than
brother.
myself. Well, my thoughts better than me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about strategies. People really don't understand. They think, you see, if it goes out, like I said, there's a window for him to cash in on. The people are looking for a leader that will move us forward, not a leader that will start creating unnecessary attack or controversy. Who is next, please? Bob Chisco, I think you next. Then Mr. Murray, I'll come to you, please. But let me just take these people that are just coming. Chisco, you have 5 minutes, please. The floor is yours. Thank you.
All right. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Thank you. I greet all of you there. I say my guy. I thought I quite resonate with all you said. But you should not be surprised. You said you're surprised in what Sowore is doing. Well, I will say that I'm surprised that we have this topic about Sowore this morning. But since you have decided to make it a topic, let us digest it. In Sowore, I see an embittered man. In Sowore, I see an envious and jealous man. In Sowore, I see a greedy man, angry because he feels that Obi has become more popular than him. It is foolhardy for anyone to try to compare Sowore to Obi. Why
No,
would
no, 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 no. Bob Chisco, nobody's comparing Sowore to Obi. If you look at it, it's about the allegations, the position it took. We're not doing comparison, just for the
okay?
record. Thank you. The floor is back to you.
I'm just saying my opinion about Sowore. Just like Sekou said, I used to follow Sowore some few years back when he came out, even before Peter Obi, came out. Sowore resonated with, the youth, but suddenly he seemed to have lost his bearing. And believe me, the more you attack Peter Obi, thinking that you're gonna win more followers to your side, the more you are losing, because you keep attacking a man who is not a president. Election has come and gone. Sowore should attack the president, who has lost focus in his leadership. Peter Obi, for goodness sake, is not the president. Why keep attacking Peter Obi? He never built schools. He didn't do this. He is corrupt. He is that. For goodness sake, Sowore should go back and look inwardly. Him coming out for future election with this under this current standing, for me, Sowore is going nowhere, because this is not how to run politics. And should he come out again to run for any office, I think, in my own candid advice, Sowore should go and contest for councillorship. Yeah, councillorship is the best for him, instead of coming out to say he's running for office of the president. Not in this manner. Not in this manner. No. Let me just leave it like that. While I'm saying that Sowore, he is not the man, he says he is. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so after CN, we go to Mr. Murray. Anyone who joins now, the link is there, but after CN, we go to Mr. Murray. CN, before you speak, I need to ask you a question. Welcome. To those of you on the comment section, welcome. I'm not seeing your face. Are you in the dark, Mr. CM? They don't see slide for UK. Okay. I thought there's a constant.
No, it's the room I'm staying. Sorry. It's the room I'm staying in. Sorry.
All right. Okay, we forgive
you. Because of this. It's okay.
Before you weigh in on this matter, I need to ask you a personal question before you weigh in on this matter. Have I at any time on this platform asked you to retract some of your words or insults against anybody?
Yes, you've told me, and I did.
Thank you very much. I would like the record to reflect my answer and your question. The floor is yours, CM, in respect to the matter, the subject. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, electricity. Thank you, everybody. All protocols duly observed. I don't know whether it's appropriate for me to say this, but that's what I'm convinced I want to say it. Please, I'm throwing a challenge. I want to debate Sowore here anytime. I want no. If he can, I want to debate.
You have Rudolph for that. Rudolph has connection to that. He will be able to make it happen.
It's okay. You're so close to Rudolph that you're so close to Rudolph. People here can bear me witness. You people can be witnesses that day. Come and be. I want to debate Sowore. You see, what do you know why I'm saying?
Coming back before 12. Oh, okay.
Somebody, okay. So I really want to, because why I'm saying this is that, you see, there are certain things you don't ignore. It has come to, you see, Sowore's acidic attack on Peter Obi. It's not criticisms. What they call criticisms is, if I say that this pen, I bought it for $1,000, you can criticize me that it's too expensive, that I should have gone to where they sell it for $100. That's a criticism. But when you say you deny that I never even bought a pen, that's an attack. That's outright lie. I've had cases of, see, just for emphasis, I am from a town called Ezinifite in Aguata local government of Anambra State. From my place to where Peter Obi lives at Aneocha, just like 15 minutes drive if at all it will get to. Now that they are tarring roads everywhere, maybe 5 minutes. Peter Obi's what is it called? Stewardship of Anambra State, which is what he flaunts around. He has never been a minister. He has never been a senator. In fact, his first public office is governorship, being governor. It's an open book. That's why he said, go and verify. What I had wanted people was all those things Peter Obi was saying at the platform in 2017. Platform is a forum owned by Pastor Peju Olumade also at a Gomu, you know that platform. So if you go there and listen to all the Peter Obi, all the claims he made, he said, go and verify in Anambra. I had expected people to come and say, look, I've been to what Peter Obi has been saying, he did this. I've been to Anambra, it's a lie. To be honest with that day, I will take the person serious. As a matter of fact, this year, there's election. The most important election this year is the one happening that will take place in Edo State. Andrew Obaseki will be finishing his term. I do not live in Edo State. I'm not an Edo State indigene. The people that elected Andrew Obaseki are the people living in Edo State, whether you are an indigene or not. If you want to know whether Andrew Obaseki performed, you go to Edo State and ask those people. That I'm in Canada or UK or Australia, it just hearsay. When the people living in Edo State tell you that Andrew Obaseki is the best governor ever, don't doubt them. Majority, they are happy. As a matter of fact, Andrew Obaseki, his own area of authority is only Edo State. What happens in Ondo, nearby state, Delta, Kogi, or any other, does not bother him. What is concerned is Edo. So if the people of Edo that gave him the mandate are satisfied with what he did, you that come from somewhere else, you are making noise. But if the people of Edo say, look, this man performed woefully, in fact, we wasted our vote, believe them, because they are there. They saw what he's doing. They gave him the mandate. They are judging him by his promises. Let me bring it back. The people of Anambra, till today, they say that Peter Obi served Anambra with distinction. He never borrowed a kobo, yet he built all that he did. You know, when they say Peter Obi did not build school, my idea of people calling school is you go and clear a grass, put up a classroom block of about 6, this way, 6, this way, fence it, put a goalpost, build something, call it a St. Paul's Primary School. Hey, Peter Obi built school. You do another one, maybe a 2-story building, up to 6 or 7, fence it and call it a St. John's Secondary School. Hey, Peter Obi built school. There's a school, for those of us if you live in Lagos and you are going to the east, if you pass through as you are going to Edo State, going to South Delta, by the left, there's a place they call University of Benin, Obowo. They call it University of Benin, Obowo campus. Somewhere around inside Benin, there's a place they call Ekenwo Road. There's another campus there, call it Ekenwo campus. So Peter Obi met Anambra State University, which is now called Chukwuemeka Odimegwu Ojukwu University, Atiuli, somewhere in Ihiala, the border town towards Imo State. Yes, please, let me round up.
Please round up.
Please. Okay, let me round up. So Peter Obi, let me just use it. Peter Obi made the school as a one-campus university and went somewhere and started from the scratch. Igbarian campus, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Management Sciences, Faculty of Law, Faculty of Agriculture, and Faculty of Education. From the scratch, Peter Obi built Anambra State University, called Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Medical School at Yoka to enable them accredit and graduate MBBS. Are those ones not school? So until it is a primary school, you see, that's why the level of literacy is on. Let me put it this way. Please bring Sowore. I want to debate Sowore. It's an open challenge.
I will make it happen.
Please
I'll
make it happen.
Yes.
I want to debate Sowore. Look at my face. I want to debate Sowore. I'm not hiding it.
Okay.
Here we will debate Sowore. He will present his record. I will present Peter Obi's record. Let the world know. Come and see firework. I mean, what is this?
Thank you, Miss.
What is all this?
Mr. Murray, who and what can unite us? That is the next challenge in front of us now. Who and what do you think can unite us? That we can be united as those people that are stealing our money and don't throw each other under the bus. But we do throw each other under the bus. The floor is yours, Mr. Murray.
Yeah, I want to borrow the words of Barack Obama. We should concentrate more on the things that unite us as a people than those that divide us. It's that acrimony will not take us anywhere. Emotions, sentiments are part of human, but the way we manage it is another thing entirely. We have been cajoled too many times into the fool's paradise. I'm afraid the way things are coming up, if Obi had even won, there will have been another, the second war, the second stage will have been dealing with people, the issue of accountability. This idea of seeing somebody as never do wrong, somebody never do wrong, as a saint, holier than thou, to be jettisoned, my brother. He's a human being. And the issue here at stake, the bone of contention here is, Sowore said he built substandard, what you call it? Hospital, right? Substandard hospital is subjective. In the words of Sowore, he could be comparing what Obi built to those he has in New York, in Bronx, in Queens, in New Jersey, where he lives. It's subjective. I've never seen a politician, instead of going to Europe, going to America for medical tourism, going to Anambra. I don't think they have such facilities. Both the politicians from the east and both from the west and from the north. So it's subjective. We don't know what he means by substandard. So the standard he wants to build, what Obi built, I have nothing against Obi, except people trying to push me. I don't like attacking Obi. We need the likes of Obi, we need the likes of Sowore. Obi is too gentle for the kind of politics he has put his nephew to. If Sowore was behind Obi, Obi would have been able to actualize his mandate. But by now, Nigeria will have been somewhere else. I don't preach violence. I don't preach crisis.
Mr. Murray,
it wouldn't have been easy. We need everybody to come on board. This is the idea of coming on board, coming on social media to tarnish or to backstab people that are genuinely fighting for us. Somebody said something. That analogy was very germane. I'm not speaking for Sowore. I'm not a lawyer. Neither is a legal, spokesman, like I said at the beginning. Sowore, one thing I can see from Sowore, he sees Obi as coming from the old brigade, the old order, which he does not want to support. If you want him to destroy his party to support Obi, I don't see Sowore trying to do that. That Obi cannot be criticized. He beats me hollow. He's a human being. He can make mistakes. He's vulnerable to mistakes, just like every one of us. So standard is subjective. Maybe somebody said he didn't build anything. Now you say he said he built something. Is there anything wrong in saying what he built is substandard? Come out and tell us it's not substandard, it's not standard. That's the issue here. This is politics. Somebody trying to market his product, other one's trying to demarket the other one's product. Simply simple.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Murray, can you hear me?
Very well.
Hello. Mr. Murray.
Please, electricity.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on, CM.
10 seconds.
Hold on, Mr. CM. Hold on. Mr. Murray, what is stopping Sowore from joining? Remember what I highlighted. It's about unite. We're uniting. What do you think, in your own opinion, what do you think is stopping Sowore from joining of forming an alliance with Peter Obi.
You want me to be sincere with you, no matter how you feel?
Listen, we have to be sincere. I will appreciate your sincerity in this way.
Okay. Yeah, in Nigerian politics, we don't have what we call ideology. But the kind of politics Obi is playing does not resonate with the kind of belief Sowore has to turn this around for a better Nigeria. So if Sowore comes out to say, I'm not speaking for Sowore, please mark this one. If Sowore is saying Obi was with Abga, from Abga to PDP, PDP to Labour, he might still be going back to PDP. Oh, Sowore sees this one as a vicious cycle that will not move us anywhere. So I asked you a question earlier. Will you be surprised? Will you be happy if Obi goes back to PDP between now and the next 2 years? Will you apologize to Sowore for playing his politics the way he wants to play it? It's a matter of principle. That's my simple answer to you. It's a matter of principle and ideology.
Mr. Murray, principle. I answered that question when you asked me earlier, and I said I will not be surprised because I've said here before that the recent meeting between Peter Obi and Atiku is to drink kunu. I've said it several times. They drank kunu, and I've said it. A public image matters a lot. If you have alleged me to be, or if it's been proven that I'm corrupt, and you associate with me, people will see you also in that light. That is just a fact. Show me your friends, and I tell you who you are.
Please, electricity.
You have 10 seconds, then I'll give Chief the floor.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You see,
I mean,
there is this danger of, if they ask you question 1, if you do not know the answer to question 1, you go and set question 10 and start answering it in the sense that question 10 will become question 1. The issue is not about anybody can be criticized. Obi said in his own words, say he's not a saint. What else do you want him to do? What we are saying is there's a difference. This is English language or use of English. We are not kids here. There's a difference between you did not build any school and you build substandard school. There are two different things. One is saying that I agree you build school.
See, you getting it wrong. The guy is not about school.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Sian. Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
The two. One is saying that, yes, I agree you build school, but it's not up to the scratch. One is saying that there is no evidence at all. There are two different things. That's what we are saying. So the issue I'm reacting to, or I'm saying is that when Peter Obi said go and verify, he did not say you to say go and verify the best standard hospital in the world. He never said so. He said go and verify I build a hospital from the scratch. The thing you have to ask yourself is, who did Peter Obi build it for? The people of Anambra State. Are they happy with it? Yes, they're happy. So what's the problem? If you build a hospital in Anambra State, go and build it in UK here. They will knock it down. Okay. That is their standard. No, hold on. No. Hey. Please, don't cut me short. Hey. Please. Don't cut me short. The hospital you build in Anambra State, if you build it, I know, I'm coming now. Let me land. If you build it in Newcastle here, Newcastle, UK, they knock it down. That is not their standard. In Anambra, that is their standard. So the people in Anambra are happy. Does it matter that maybe somebody somewhere is not happy? Where is this mandate from? That's what we are saying. So people should not come and then bamboozle people and try to see that. I mean, see, we all went to school. At least I went to kindergarten. So I understand all this. Nobody should come here and play games with us. I know what we are saying. Anambra is happy with Peter Obi. There it ends. That's all. It's as simple as that. Okay, nobody should come and...
Sir, thank you. Chief, the floor is yours. Gentlemen, I'll come back to you. Thank you very much.
All right. Good morning, Andrew. Thanks for having me. Unfortunately, I didn't hear the other speakers, but of particular interest to me is Mr. Omori's comments in the light of what Sowore has said. You know, there's this danger of ambivalence that sometimes we create. You say, oh, I'm not supporting this person, I'm not defending him, but you're defending the person. Do you understand? Listen, you know my views on Peter Obi. when it comes to comparison between him and the person who is incumbent. As far as I'm concerned, he's better than that person, one. But does that mean that Peter Obi should not be criticized? You know my views that I have said it here, that I do not support those who come out to, at the slightest criticism of the man, then they take a sword. This is politics. Let Peter Obi, somebody is making noise. Somebody's distance is making noise. I don't know who it is. Somebody is in the washroom and the flushing is making noise. What I don't support is this whole when the man is criticized. He man has a mouth to defend himself. But these are my views on Sowore. Sowore has been running for presidency at least 2-3 cycles before Peter Obi stepped into the fray. Personally, I think Sowore feels slighted that the people he believed should have been voting for him suddenly gave massive support to Peter Obi. And therefore, in his effort, he's trying to demarket Peter Obi, thinking that would help him if perhaps, I don't know whether he wants to run again, because right now he has left the country, he's now in the US. But you see what? My problem with someone like him is this. You should have been asking yourself, I know that the fallback for him, what I'm going to say now is that elections are rigged. I hear him on that. But all through the time that they were rigging election, I've not seen Sowore gain up to 1-something million votes. I stand to be corrected. This other person, with all the rigging and no rigging that we're talking about, gained 6-something, supposedly 6-something million votes. Sowore is pained about it. If he's listening, these are some of us, he's pained. And that's not good politics. Peter Obi did not win the election by the standard of INEC. You should be focusing on the man who won the election, criticizing his policies if you want to critique, picking him on policies if you want to pick him. You're busy every day talking about the person that they claim came third, that majority of Nigerians supposedly believe won the election, but INEC and the system says came third. Every day you are attacking that one. Every day you are attacking that one. But you have not for one day come out to speak against the one in office. You see, so I think number one is there is one thing to be a politician, is one thing to be an activist. I personally believe Sowore needs to stay in his activist role. Perhaps he does better there. Perhaps that is his calling. He should stay there, because his fray into politics has proven that he's not a good politician, especially with the kind of politics we play in Nigeria. I'm not in support of Peter Obi jumping from ABGA to PDP, from PDP to Labour, from Labour now negotiating with PDP elements. But hey, guys, we all know that in Nigerian politics, that's what they do. After all, Tinubu himself negotiated with a Muhammadu Buhari. He saw Muhammadu Buhari as his meal ticket to presidency, which has worked out for him. Because if Tinubu has stayed in AD and ACN and never extended a reach to CPC, he would not be president today. Is that alliance or relationship he forged? That's what has brought him to the presidency. That's what has brought him to the presidency today. So I think while I'm not here to defend Peter Obi, I think Peter Obi can defend himself, but I think Sowore is a sore loser. He's a huge sore loser. He needs to go back and relook his inner mind. And then lastly, where I disagree slightly with the last comment that CN made is this. If Peter Obi builds substandard institutions, whether they be hospitals, whether they be schools in Anambra State, it does not matter whether I don't live in Anambra State, it is substandard. Substandard should have a general definition. What Peter Obi would not like, or what he enjoys in the UK where he has lived before, he should be able to replicate in Anambra State for Anambra people. I find it strange when our politicians go abroad, enjoy the best of infrastructure. When they come home, they now feel building a poultry for Nigerians to go as classrooms, or building, I don't know what to call it, a hay house as a hospital. And they think that's why they always believe that, rather than serving the people, they believe we are there to serve them, because they build institutions they don't plan to use by themselves. Peter Obi himself being guilty of that. I'm sorry, I'm not holding brief for him, because he has access to the world-class health system. If he's sick now, he probably will go to the UK. He's lived in the UK. He has access to the UK. He can travel as much as he can go. So while I have a difference, my views are separated what Sowore is saying versus what Peter Obi did. But on the other side, I don't think Peter Obi is not somebody that we should not criticize. I've said it on this platform. Criticizing him should help him wake up, because that is why his detractors were able to go to Kano or wherever that place was. A good job he was supposed to have done, giving people water. They now turned it to say, look at the thing he was giving. And nobody forgot the fact that at least this is a place where people were fetching water. Do you understand? So I believe our politicians should be building world-class institutions for Nigerians. They should build the kind of things they want to go in. So, but on Sowore is a sore loser. I don't even think we should be discussing him. He's a sore loser.
Fact check. Team, fact check.
Hold on 1 second. You will do your fact check. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on. You see what I highlighted on the screen there? That is what actually Sowore should be doing. If Sowore is intelligent enough, he would have positioned himself to be the ultimate beneficiary of Obi supporters. That should be a strategy. That is where I said he's not doing himself any justice and any good. What are you fact checking, Dexter?
Fact check, Chim. Fact check. Number one.
Go ahead.
Okay, yes. Peter Obi has clarified. He comes to UK with a visa. He used to have an ILR, but he did away with it. He rejected it the moment he became governor. So he comes to UK on a visa. Number two, Peter Obi receives health care in Anambra State, in the hospital he built. Peter Obi does not receive health care in the UK.
Dexter, you should understand my comments in the context. Hold on. I hear you. You should understand my contributions in the context of saying substandard versus non-substandard. What I'm just simply saying is this: is whatever capacity, whatever institution Peter Obi feels he should be able to step into, he should give it to Anambra people. The same thing for Atiku, same thing for Bola Tinubu. I'm not making an exception here. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not about Peter Obi.
Yeah, but the point is that the way you ended the comment, you made it seem an independent listener would take the fact that Peter Obi.
No problem. Take him.
And that's not the case. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Please. Yes.
Please, can somebody arrest CM for me? Please, somebody should arrest CM. CM, I'll come to you. You see, the bottom line at the end of the day is this that I started with.
Andrew, you can put me on the backside. I'll watch from the other side.
Thank you. Is this: if we unite, we will be free. We're searching for a leader that will take us to that promised land. I don't know what came first between Adindu and give us our man. Who came first? Adindu, did you come first before? Okay, give us our man. Adindu, are you talking? No, he's not speaking. Go ahead. Give us our man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree to you all.
Yeah.
You see, I think what we all don't understand in Nigerian politics is that there is a very big difference between being an activist and being a politician. I'm very opportune to understand, to know Sowore right from when he was in university days in Unilag. That was 1992. I was in my GSS 2 when I got to know Sowore. A very big activist then. The President Union and in Unilag back then. I remember how he always coming to my school, CMS Grammar School, when they're about to have any kind of, those days riots, He will come, and my vice principal back then will always advocate and support us to go out. I was in my GSS too. And that was before the election in 1993. So, Sowore has always been a very good fighter for the people, for justice, for, good governance. But like some previous people say out there now that Sowore is not a good politician. You know, it is, if you want to be a politician, you have to take activism aside. There are some certain things you have to put into context, and you have to go, like, you have to leave some certain things that I am not wrong. I will not be wrong. This is the way I have to do it. Like Obi said, Obi is never a saint. He said he's never a saint, and he has not been a saint. And that is why you see all this alliance with the so-called people who we think are the ruiners of the Nigeria on its own. Because to get there, you have to join them. You have to join them. And going to the substandard things Obi was accused of not doing in Anambra. I remember one occasion when Obi said, "Why will I build new schools when I can revamp the dilapidated ones?" Obi, when Obi became a governor, like we all know, the fact check things, the school in Anambra, the students in Anambra were almost in the 26th or 27th position in everything they do in terms of education. But before Obi could live there, Anambra was #1, which everybody attested to. I don't think that one is substandard. Like one of the people said here now, Obi, I think it is I can't remember his name now. Obi uses Anambra hospitals. It doesn't really mean it could be that of a standard of America or England, but at least he uses it. That is an example to say, okay, he built something that he could use. The road networks, yes, it might not be like like America, England, or what the Western world, but it was done. I think that is what we should be looking up to. And I think Sowore, even as I love him that much, Obi shouldn't be what we should all be talking about. We should be talking about what the present government is doing. I think that is what we should be talking about. It is not what Obi has done. I think Obi is almost the only governor that has not visited, that EFCC has not been harassing and visited after he left the government. They mentioned about past governors and some present governors who EFCC have been harassing. Obi's name was not there. So if
Mr. Dindu, sorry for interjecting you. We're running out of time. So what's going to happen is, what is going to happen is 2, 4, 6. So I will start with Mr. Give us our man. You'll be the last person to speak. I will give you your time, please. So I'll start with Olumide. Olumide, I'll be strict with time because we are running out of time. There's another broadcast. So you go have 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, I'm going to mute every one of you. So you have 2 minutes. The floor is yours now to give your closing submission or argument. Go ahead. The floor is yours. Your time starts now.
Okay. So I just want to say that, see, I've listened to what everybody has said, for and against, and those in the middle. I just want to say that, see, all this is politics. The issue that Sowore has raised, the issue that Obi and those who speak in support of Obi, his minions or obedience, they've raised, they're normal in a democracy. You bring somebody's record, another person will question that record, they are normal. Those criticisms are normal. Of Sowore, they're normal. Oh, stay in your activism, you're not a good politician, you can't, they're normal. If somebody is saying that he doesn't want to form an alliance with anybody based on his own ideology and what he believes in, and he wants to stay in his lane, they're normal. But what I'm begging and appealing is for, see, when the system does not work, this is what you get. When the system works, where people can freely elect who they want, if it is Obi that is the winner in a free and fair election, that has answered Showere's criticism of Obi. You understand? But what we want to see is the open book. How did you perform in your previous political journey? How did you perform in your previous business journey? How did you perform in your business and your previous corporate journey? What was your private life like? You want to be president of the country, all this will be brought to bear so that we know, so that we can make proper decisions. But because Nigerians have never been allowed to choose from the beginning, we have a history where we're not allowed to choose our leaders. You understand? Some people will come and beg for alliance that does not make sense. For me, I am speaking personally, you know, an alliance that doesn't make sense. An alliance of you purport to have principles, your party has principles that wants to come and change the country. And because
Mr. Murray, the floor is yours. So let me do your 2 minutes is up. The moderator, you have 2 minutes. Your time starts now, please. Thank you. Mr. Murray, you have 2 minutes. Your time starts now, please. You have to unmute yourself. Mr. Murray, can you unmute yourself? Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Mr.
Okay,
Murray.
okay. I think, all right. I want to quickly utilize my 2 minutes as much as I can. Please, there is never a better time to come together and build a better Nigeria than now. Please, these divisive tendencies will not take us anywhere. Emotions and sentiments, they are good, but we should be able to, we should not allow them to declare our sense of judgment. These are some of the things that have been holding us down. These are some of the things our politicians and or even our religious leaders and traditional rulers take advantage of. You know, because we are related one way or the other. You know, their religious grant, ethnic background, or just mere political affiliations. We try to turn some blind eyes even when we know that these are not right. Please, if we are not ready to do things differently, this is the problem. This is the major sin of Sowore. If we want to continue to do what we are doing and expecting a different result, I want to tell us today that that is tantamount to insanity. Please, he might not be a good politician, but he has some principles that he's not ready to compromise. No matter what you think about him, that is Sowore for him. You know, if I were in shoes, he doesn't want to take the popular lane, he doesn't want to get popular support from Nigerians. Somebody says he's jealous. He could be jealous. It's normal. Somebody says he's envious. It could be. Considering his labor for this contraption called Nigeria, that guy has put everything on the line. His life, his family, his education, his everything on the line. His finance for the country called Nigeria, for a better Nigeria. So if he's jealous, it's normal. If he's envious, it's normal. So whatever you call it, please, like I said before, let's try as much as possible to manage our emotions and sentiments. Because there is even in the traditional circle, in my place, people, I don't want to say something here that will put me in trouble. So people see certain human beings as God. So no matter what they do, they are right. They can never be wrong. When people are trying to talk to you like this, you know that these are manipulative tendencies. That is generating a lot of tension in my area. So people have craved some human beings to be God. And no matter what they do, they can never be wrong. So in the Christendom, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. In the political cycle, even when the politicians like Amechi are saying, they're doing what they're doing because they're not studying them. We don't want to say anything wrong in what they do. Please, if my brother,
Thank you, Mr. Murray. Your 2 minutes is up. Let me correct something Mr. Murray said here. Mr. Murray, no one has ever said that Sowore should compromise his principles. In fact, one of his principles should be not to be making an allegations. That should be one of his principles. I wish he can embrace that. No one has said Peter Obi or anyone is a saint. I'm not a saint either. CM is not a saint. You can see that I muted him. If he's a saint, he will keep to time. So nobody is a saint. So nobody has asked Sowore to collapse his political party or whatever he has built, nobody about it. But if he has genuine interest of the country, based on what I highlighted, he will align himself to gain support because the window is there for him. Now, CM, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Quickly, let me, because of time. Number one, I do not judge a world-class hospital because a politician attains it. It's very, very illogical. In fact, so anybody holding such opinion has a below the carpet intelligence. No hospital is judged because if a Nigerian politician attains it, it's world class. Hospitals are meant for somebody. What Buhari left Nigeria to go to UK to treat ear infection, which you can treat at Lagos University Hospital. Does it mean that because he left, we don't have a hospital that can treat him? That's one. My brother Chim said when Peter Obi is abroad, he should build the type of hospital abroad in Anambra. I agree, but at what funding? Let me tell you, because this is my area. There is a test we call C-peptide. It's for diabetes. You do it instantly on ice. The material you use to do it, here in the UK, each one will cost you about 35,000, about 125 pounds. Anambra cannot afford it on 10 patients at a time. If you build that type of hospital, where will you get the money? You see, when we say world class, world class, world class, world class, the King Hussein of Jordan left Jordan to come to America for treatment. Does it mean Jordan doesn't have a hospital? There are certain things we call specialty. By the way, in hospital, there are some laboratory tests you don't do unless you have an expertise that we examine it and make sure that it is in order. If you don't train them well, they can't happen. In Nigeria, that's what they call the Royal College of Royal College of Physicians of England, Royal College of Pathologists of England. Nigeria has Royal Medical College of Pathology. They are no longer graduating. So who are you going to put? Where is the specialty? If you tell a Nigerian to come home from America that we want to establish something like somebody is making noise. If you tell a Nigerian in America, a gynecologist, he say you're a cancer gynecologist, come and manage, come and help us and manage women that are diabetic, but they want to be pregnant. How do you manage that? The person will tell you, you can't support me in Nigeria. So if you don't have such facility in Nigeria, does it mean that this is not world class? Everything has to do with resources. So within the resources permitting, you do within that is what is expected. That is the way it is. And not that I will be surprised that if the whole of Nigeria can afford the standard of hospital you have in London, I will be shocked. Hospital does not just mean building, it means specialty. So many Nigerians are specialized and they are living in America. Tell them to come to Nigeria, let them give you bill. What of neurosurgeon? How many of them can operate in Nigeria under the condition they give you? So for you to set up that type of world class, do you know how much it's going to cost in resources? So because you don't have it does not mean that you are not doing what you are doing. There are certain things you cannot do because of resource constraint. Even if you have the money, you can't have the resources. So people should take it on Peter Obi and not to talk of everything is this thing. I beg, what nonsense.
CM, calm down with your blood pressure is high today. Gentlemen, we have just I'm going to say this, okay? Substandard, there has to be a requirement for us to determine that something is substandard. And when we arrive at that conclusion that it is substandard, that means it is not fit for purpose. It's not good for consumption. Like I said, and I say it again, I stand by what I said. He's not doing himself any good. If he wants to win votes, you don't win votes by discrediting or by blackmailing or by making allegations. No, you can never win votes that way. Not possible. Chim, Chim, you want to, Chim, it will be unfair for me to allow you to speak. So I will be bringing this broadcast to an end.
Let me speak now. Let me say my 2 minutes now. Come on, guys.
There is another broadcast at 5 o'clock. The time is up, to be honest.
It's just 2 minutes. I would have said all that time you took
before you. There were other people before you, Chim.
But there's
I
nobody
have
here now. There's nobody here right now.
no.
But
There's
it's
Bob
okay.
Chisco. There's Bob Chisco. There's the. We
Yeah,
don't have the time.
I got 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes to chip in something.
Now the time is up. We'll bring the
Yeah.
broadcast to an end,
2 minutes.
gentlemen.
Just
Thank
2
you very
minutes.
much,
Two
and have a
minutes. 2
lovely day.
minutes.
Thank you for joining, and have a lovely.